Hey, it's Pastor Ed. This is one of the most challenging things you'll ever go through as a believer. Your transition from traditional Christianity, from Christmas, Sunday worship, Christmas, Easter egg hunts, Resurrection Sunday, pork eating, marriage by push button. You know, I don't like him, I don't like her, it's not working out. Push button, divorce, move on to the next one. To true integrity filled, holy day, not holiday, righteous living, Shabbat keeping, not Sunday going, church, if you want to call it church. I know some of you, if you've just gotten this revelation, you don't even want to call it church. I've gone through that too, where we want to just call it ecclesia, kahila, assembly, synagogue, synagogia, anything except for church. But at the end of the day, what we're talking about is God's people being regathered. The proper term for that in scripture is going to be community, and community happens in tribes, all right? And then you got the nation of Israel. This is a difficult thing you're going through. You're going through something that you've never gone through before. And maybe you're already in that process, in the funnel. You're starting to learn more about these things and you're just looking for a community or looking for people you can connect with. Well, this is part of the reason why I want to appeal to you today. But the other part is for you to recognize this is a process, and Yahweh has brought you to this, and he's going to bring you through it. It is not outside of his scope. In fact, he is the very one that brought you this truth. And I want to encourage you that if you trusted him and he brought you to this truth, he'll bring your family members, relatives, and you don't necessarily have to go as an impact player and be the scoring guard, if you would, to make sure that that happens. You may not be the person that helps them to see that Sabbath is Saturday and that it's applicable for believers. You may not be the person to help them see that there is a biblical diet for God's people, and it's spelled out right there in scripture. You may not be the person that causes them to see that there are pilgrimage festivals that are applicable and that there are things that are valuable to their life as a believer, enhancing not only the covenant promises, but the blessings and lifestyle. It may not be you. It may be someone else. All right. And so I really want to encourage you to let go of any type of clamps you may have in that regard. It's going to take a lot. I don't know how long you may have just come into this for 3 days, or you may have just come into this for 5 days. But it's going to take a lot of transition. You need support. We, the members of Beit Yeshua DFW, a local community here in Dallas, is committed to bringing the Hebraic roots and the reality of Hebraic roots to believers not only here in Dallas, but all over the world, are here to help. And if you feel called to community, which you should be, if you got this truth, you're called to community. We want to encourage you to come out and be with us. We worship every Shabbat. We gather at 3 o'clock. The reason why we gather 3 o'clock p.m. is because one of the major constructs of our congregation is to honor the family. First honoring the person, honor the family, then honor community. Community comes third. Community or church comes third in that, not first. And so we meet at 3 o'clock p.m. every Shabbat, every Saturday. And we're in Irving right now. God is going to provide a new facility for our community. And so I just want to tell you, we're here. And that may cause you some type of feeling. I could just, you and I just being honest. Sometimes people hear and think church. Oh no, I don't want to go to a church. The church hurt me. The church is where I found out that they were wrong. Now this thing with the Jewish name, and they're telling me to come, and you may not feel safe with that. I want to tell you, it's just a process. You're going through a process. And listen, this teaching, this quick nugget or note of encouragement is more of an encouragement than a teaching. It may be for you, or maybe it's for a relative. You are going through a transition. I have done an hour-long teaching on this subject called The Life Cycle of a Messianic, the Life Cycle of Messianic Israelite. It's on the Hebraic Roots Network. You'll see that at the bottom of the screen right now. You can go there to the on-demand section. Click watch now, click on demand, and voila, you'll be able to watch this as well as many other teachings that are out there. Okay, so it's free. You can donate if you want, but it's a free teaching. And what this teaching is going to do is break down the 4 phases that an Israelite goes through as they're returning back to the faith of our fathers. Yes, having Jesus, Yeshua as our Messiah, turning back to the faith of our fathers. The book, the Bible, is a fiercely Hebrew book. It's steeped in Hebrew idioms. It is not a Christian book. It was delivered, and then eventually Christians adopted the principles of the Hebrew scriptures. If you're learning these things, you're turning back to the ways of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham wasn't a Jew. He was a Hebrew, which means he crossed over. He's an Hebrew. He crossed over. Then out of him was his son Isaac, the son of promise, the son of covenant. And Jacob, of course, who has his name changed to Israel. And from Israel, the 12 tribes emerge. And of course, much history has been written. Those 12 tribes, my friend, are not consolidated into one tribe called Judah. There are these 12 tribes that God is calling his people who were scattered because of their disobedience, Deuteronomy chapter 28. Now, because of their waking up to the fact that these Torah commandments, these scripture commandments, all over both the Old and New Testament, are applicable for his people, turning back to those things. And that's what you're coming into. And I know it can be a lot. I know, you know, we're in this season, you're getting ready to either go to the fall feast or you're going to the spring feast, and you're saying, man, I feel pulled. It's between two worlds. It's like that. We should feel that. Dr. Atlas Laster once told us, he was a teacher that I used to be with years ago, that you should have separation anxiety. In other words, you should desire to want to come back to covenant, full covenant, which includes you being holy and being back into your homeland. That's what this is about. Hey, I know I'm throwing a lot out there for you. My real encouragement for you today is check out the website. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Also, go over to the Hebraic Roots Network, which is a link on this blog, on this post, and you can check out the Hebraic Roots Network on demand for free. Life cycle of a Messianic Israelite. Look at that. Then know if and when you're ready to take on community and be with people and be accountable and learn and be set free and grow in understanding of wisdom and knowledge and understanding of our Messiah. In the understanding of these holy days, we are here to help. For now, this is Ed. We'll see you soon.
Brings us to a place where we can go higher and higher until it is that he calls us. New Jerusalem. It is Yahweh who's equipping. It's Yahweh who's making. It's Yahweh.